Hey guys, Pastor Brent here. As you know, I said that we would send out 2 videos each week to you, but this is our third. And the reason why we're sending out another video is because we heard of an urgent need that we as a church can help take care of. Something that we can do our part to fight COVID-19 right where we are. We know that this is a global crisis, and as you can imagine, it is also very much a county crisis as well. I read an article where there was an Italian nurse, and she was asked why the medical community was not more prepared with gowns and with gloves and with masks and potentially some kind of serum or something to help pull people out of the coronavirus. And she was not putting down any sports star, anything like that, but she made a very powerful point. She said, you know, millions of dollars goes to Messi and Ronaldo and all of the other sports stars. Why don't you go ask them? And she wasn't picking on them for it, but she's basically saying sometimes that we put too much importance on the things that aren't there, and now all of a sudden we find out what really is important. The heroes that work in the medical field every day, every week, we find out that those are the people that we rely on. And we've been in contact with Inspira Hospital, the one right here in the Mullica Hill, Glassboro area, right down the street from our church. And they, first of all, said that they have been so blessed and fortunate because there were some amazing restaurants who have taken care of their breakfast and their lunches and their dinners, that they have at every meal, and they're so grateful for those restaurants. And I just pause for a second and say this to all those restaurant owners, all those cooks, everyone who's a part of that. Thank you so much for caring enough for our medical community who are serving us, that you would take time to serve them. Kudos to you, and genuinely I pray God blesses your business. I really do. Thank you so much, and don't stop what you're doing. They desperately need it. But this person went on to tell us that there's another growing need that right now is really not being met. And thought about Calvary Hill Church because we realized that Calvary Hill Church is one of the kindest, most giving, generous churches we've ever known or been a part of. And so that's why I wanted to bring you this video and share with you what some of the issues are. These nurses, doctors, medical community, many of them are working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're working long, long hours. On top of it, many of them are quarantined. Matter of fact, if I understood correctly, it's about 100 in the Inspira network alone that are quarantined, which means when they finish their 18 hours of shift, they can't just run over to the grocery store. So you can imagine that these people have been working 18 hours, whether they're quarantined or not. They either can't go to the grocery store or they don't feel like going to the grocery store. And they really do need to go because they need to get things that are non-perishable. They're needing toothpaste and toothbrushes and deodorant. They're having a hard time even providing those things for their families. And so we decided that we wanted to be a part of it and partnering up with Inspira, and I assume others are as well. But they're going to set up a location where we can drop off in bulk many of the items that they have given to us on a list that they desperately need right now. And these people, when they finish their 18-hour shift, they can actually go down there, grab a bag, and they can get the things they need for their family. They don't have to worry about the grocery store. They can go straight home. And we want to be a part of that. And we thought in the beginning, well, what we'll do is we'll just have everybody bring all these things in. But we decided to do something a little bit differently because speed is important. Secondly, sanitation is very, very important as well. We certainly don't want to get these people sick themselves. And so what we decided to do is actually we would try to order it in bulk, and then we would take it over them and they could actually pull it right out of the boxes themselves. And so this is what we're asking. For those of you who go to Calvary Hill Church, you know that obviously we give our regular tithes and offerings, and please continue to do that. That helps us keep things in the church going in different ways. But you also know that this year we've wanted to raise an additional $40,000 beyond all the missions work we do around the world. We were going to be, and still are, planning on paying for kids to get their cleft palate surgeries, for kids to get leukemia treatments. We're fighting human trafficking, planting churches around the world, digging water wells, different things like this. But we had $5,000 that was set aside for the purpose out of that Kingdom Builders, out of that $40,000 in Kingdom Builders. We had $5,000 for disaster relief. The truth is, I thought it would probably wind up going for an earthquake, hurricane, tornado, something like that. But in reality, it has now come very close to home, and we're realizing that our own county needs us right now. Our own medical workers need us right now. And so we want to take the $5,000 out of that Kingdom Builders that is not all raised yet, but we're going to take it out of our account anyway and go ahead and start purchasing for this hospital. During this month, when you're sending in your money, or whether you're going on our website and giving money, however you choose to do that, if you give to Kingdom Builders during the month of April, it won't go to that regular pot that goes to all of the different needs. It's all going to go to fight this coronavirus. So on top of that $5,000 that we already have set aside, we want to take in much more to be able to purchase all the needs for this medical community. So that will be for the entire month of April. So if you go to our website, many of you I know give that way, and you'll see something in the corner that says donate or give. When you click on that and you're ready to give, it will give you the option. You can choose general tithes and offerings, or you can choose Kingdom Builders. If you choose Kingdom Builders for that, it's going to go for us to buy the supplies that they are needing. And so we want to encourage you to please do that. Let me also say this. If you are, let's say that you work for a company that maybe can supply non-perishable food, or many other items that are on a list that we do have available to us. Again, just basic household needs and things like that they don't have time or just can't go to the grocery store to get. And maybe you can get it in bulk. We're not looking for people to bring in 3 tubes of toothpaste, but if we could get 100 or 150 or 1,000, something like that, that would be a much different situation. If so, if you're able to do that, would you please send an email to info@calvaryhill.church, info@calvaryhill.church, and we'll set up a place where you can just drop it off, and there will be no, we can keep our social distancing in place with that. If you choose to give through our website, which is the fastest way to do it, if you can, please go to calvaryhill.church, CALVARYHILL, calvaryhill.church. And again, you'll see that option to give or to donate there. Let me also say this, that we're finding beyond that there is a need for H95 masks. If you have any that are unused, right now my understanding is we can't just buy them online for the medical community. But if you have those, maybe you have them in your garage, you have them in a closet or something like this, please don't hoard them. Please bring them in, because right now our medical community needs them desperately. You could send an email to that same email, and we will set up a place where, with social distancing in place, you're able to drop those off. And then one more item, baby monitors. Baby monitors become something that is huge. My understanding is that many of these nurses, they can't even walk into a room where someone has coronavirus to ask them, hey, how are you doing, or to do certain things. And using a baby monitor standing outside the room is much more sanitary, and it keeps their health in place as well. And so again, we're using that same email, info@calvaryhill.church. Now, let me throw out something else here. If you are seeing this through social media, could you share this with everyone you know? We don't normally do this, but if you could share this with everyone you know, because our heart is that many of them would say, hey, we want to give to this as well. And every penny will be given, just as we said, if it is given to Kingdom Builders, will be given to fight the coronavirus for our medical community through Inspira hospitals right here right here in our county. If you're seeing this in the newsletter, could you forward this on to your friends and ask them to consider it? We're not asking this for ourselves. We're asking this for these people because they have done so much for us. And guys, the bottom line is this, that we've needed our medical community like we've never needed them. They have stepped up to the plate. They're working hard. They won't stop. They won't quit. And they're staying at it. We have needed them, and they've come through for us. And it's time now that we come through for them. The Bible talks about that a friend sticks closer than a brother. Let's show that we truly are their friends as well, that we are their neighbors, that we care for them. We want them to know that. We want them to feel that, and want them to sense it from each and every one of us. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and praying that our response would be a blessing to our community and to our medical community in particular. God bless you.